Hi, everybody. Welcome to Night Out Lounge.
Howdy, 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 everybody.
I feel like my emotions aren't lined up with our stream.
Uh-oh. Am I okay?
Yeah,
Ooh. We got a good crowd already.
yeah.
Ooh.
Well, welcome everybody. We took the fourth off. If you guys didn't notice, we celebrated with family and friends, and we had a carnival all week downtown. Then we had the fireworks and cookouts and parade. So we decided to take a little family time. But now we're back.
We're here.
We're here.
Yeah, happy Friday. Well, before I get too crazy, we've got Angelique. We got Mahala, Iron Bear, Angelique again. We got Carl Suff. Welcome in, Carl. We got Carl this Sunday.
This Sunday, Carl's going to join us, and we're going to be talking about strange and weird stuff again. I don't know if we're going to get into Illinois history, but we're going to get into a lot of different stuff.
Nice. We got Blazers in the house. We got Heidi Pop in the house. Or we did have Gemini. And then there's Angelique. And then it says StreamYard. All right.
Guess you're caught up.
I am caught up. Yeah, we'll have more people popping in here in a few minutes. Usually do.
Usually.
Yep. And then we were down for, hey, Kyle. We were down for, what was that, 2.5 days with no internet. And they said it could have been till Friday or Saturday. Well, surprise, surprise. We woke up Wednesday, early afternoon. It finally popped back on.
Yep. It was on when I got up.
So, yeah, somebody accidentally broke a fiber optic line, which was not a small line. It was a big line. We had quite a few towns that were out. So it actually affected a big area with no internet, no Wi-Fi, and you got to go back to the old days and not use your tablet or anything and look at each other and go, what do we do?
We survived.
Yeah, we survived. It was fine. I just went outside and looked at the stars more, and you were getting ready just to get a hard drive out and watch a movie.
Yep, I didn't have to do it though.
Yeah, talk about weird when your Wi-Fi does go out when you're so used to it.
I am going to pop out Rumble chat just in case anybody joins us over here on Rumble.
All right.
Never know who might pop over in Rumble, but
usually Rose.
The main chat's over here on YouTube, so I wish they would integrate Rumble chat with YouTube chat so we can see it, but they don't.
Mm-hmm. That's a bummer, but that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, how's everybody's weather? I know it's hot here. It cooled off for a couple days, but next week we're back in the mid to upper 90s and 100 heat index and fairground to go out there and get fair food, and we're going to pass out. Oh, it's going to be a miserable fair next week. It's going to be so hot.
That's all right. We're already used to it.
So yeah, this weather has just been, oh my gosh, 108 there. You must be in Arizona or California. Yeah, I think everybody's getting this heat wave. It's so nasty. It's not just the heat. Ours is so thick and humid and sticky, and you can't breathe. And it's miserable.
Miserable.
You can't even.
They said we got stuck under a heat dome. I guess the pressure and the streams that go across the U.S. created a big area where the heat just stayed, and then we finally got a little relief for us and heading towards the East Coast, but then it's coming back.
Yeah, Mahala's in Nevada and Iron Bear's in Missouri. Yeah, you're close to us. Yeah, oh my gosh, Illinois sucks right now. It's so bad.
Well, I like Illinois. I've always lived here. Politically, Illinois sucks, but regionally where we live in the lower part of Illinois is good.
I like the area. I mean, beautiful area. Is just I think it's just this summer. It was last summer and this summer, because I remember last summer was extremely hot the whole summer.
Whole summer.
Whole summer. So yeah, we're just now entering July. It's usually the end of July and August is when we got real hot. But we've been hot since, oh shoot, we had 80 degrees back in March.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a very warm.
We had warm weather right off the bat.
Tennessee's like a rainforest. There are rivers flooding. We're having rain on and off. Had a freak storm about, what, an hour ago? Just built out of nowhere, heading towards town. Just dumped a bunch of rain.
Which is good. The garden needs it.
Mm-hmm. Everything's growing.
I could live without the high winds and anything else that comes with it, but the rain was nice.
Hey, Jojo.
Hey, Jojo. Well, starting to get some people in here, and
yeah,
we'll have to see where we want to go first.
Yeah, I don't know what you found this week. That's
weird. There's always something.
You always find weird stuff.
I guess weird attracts to weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess
we were talking about weather. I'm going to bring this up. I don't know how accurate it is, but I've been seeing this pop up everywhere on my socials. So it's saying the third week of July, everything's going to be cooler.
I have not seen it. That's what's crazy. I'm not seeing
this. This is the GFS AI model. So they're going by predictions of what AI is predicting as far as weather. So they're saying we're going to drop down at least 10 to 15 degrees cooler. There says 10 to 20. I heard 10 to 15. So that whole region, just like we had a heat dome, the heat dome was reverse of that. If you take that and invert it or turn it upside down, that would be the heat dome that we just experienced. Now they got to go in the other way. We're going to have a big like ice age or some kind of deal. They're saying, I don't know.
I guess right after our county fair is supposed to cool off.
Yep.
Now next week is nothing but 90s. Wow. Well, it'll be kind of nice. How long is it supposed to last? One day?
No, I think it's going to last for quite a while.
Huh?
I don't know.
I don't know.
So we'll see.
Sorry, but you can't even trust our own weatherman. How can you trust AI to predict our weather?
Then we got the old what is it? The Spanish airflow, the Spanish jet stream is going to come across, and supposedly we're going to have a mild winter. We're still going to get snow. We're still going to get cold, but it's not going to be as super cold, as super wet. It's going to be a mild winter. That's what they're predicting. So we'll have to see. They keep saying online that's going to be the what do they say? The no winter, the year of no winter.
Oh,
because there has been at times where we've hardly got any snow. I mean, there's been times where it was like January before we finally got snow or enough snow. So I don't know if we'll have a white Christmas or not. We'll have to see.
We'll check the woolly bears this fall.
Yeah, the woolly bears.
I got Gemini. We got Raymond. Hey, welcome in, Raymond.
Raymond?
Gemini came in. Bud Files.
All right. Hi, Bud.
Yeah, Gemini's probably hot in Michigan, too. I think this whole area is hot. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a mild winter. You know, I don't like the below zero when it's freezing.
Right. I wouldn't mind just a normal temperature that we're used to for winter and, you know, some snow on the ground. I like snow on the ground. I just don't like feet of it, like 10 feet of snow. But that's all right. Kids love it. They get out of school. They can play in the snow. And
they don't get out of school these days. They have to do their school work online. They don't get a day off. Those poor kids.
If they were my kids, they wouldn't be doing school. I tell them
they get a snow day and it's e-learning and they have to do it on the computers. I think that stinks. Yeah, I enjoyed snow days and taking a whole day off.
I would like to send my kids to do e-school, but it's the roads are impassable, and I don't think they can get down to the public library to get online. So I don't think they'll be doing it today, teachers. Sorry.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah, persimmons.
yeah,
Persimmons is a good one to look at.
caterpillars and persimmons. And watch the outside critters. Huh?
Oh, I'm just talking to myself.
You shouldn't be talking to yourself. We are live.
Oh, no. I keep forgetting. All right. What do you want to do? You want to start off with something, or you want to wait for some more people to get in?
I don't care. There's nothing going on outside. You might as well pull something up because there's no critters or anything yet.
What?
What? Well, it just got done raining, so they're probably all still hunkered down for a while.
Oh. Well, let's see. Let's start with.
Did you know?
No.
Start with this. Start out with the goat.
Let me get rid of this. Let's start with the night sky. How about that? We'll start with the sky first.
Ooh. Speaking of that, I saw some falling stars last night.
That's going to be coming up.
Yeah, I saw I think 3 of them last night. One was big. It was gorgeous. Speaking of stars, there's Stargazer. Hi, Stargazer. Welcome in.
Hey, Stargazer. Kyle. I didn't say hi to Kyle. Iron Bear. Usually I'm in there typing hello to everybody, but I was still busy doing stuff on the computer since we haven't been on for a while. Surprised my computer doesn't try to restart and update.
The moon meets the seventh sister. I haven't seen Pleiades in the sky for a couple months.
Well, they're saying that it's going to be early morning. That's why, because right before, if you look at that, it says look to the east an hour before sunrise. So that's probably why you noticed it. So the moon will be in the same quadrant, same area as the Seven Sisters. So you got that to look at. Let's see what else is there. Then tonight, just like you were saying, we got the Perseids meteor shower reaching its peak in the sky view.
Yeah, I saw a few last night on the cameras. It was neat.
So if it clears up tonight and we get a shot of the sky and we see anything, we'll bring it up so we can sky watch. But it's been stormy and cloudy right before the show, so I don't know. And then the next thing will be a 6-planet alignment, July 17th.
Another planet alignment. Man,
Yeah.
there's been a few of them.
How many can we have? It seems like we're having them one after another.
Yeah. That's a lot of alignments this year.
So there you got Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. This time they don't have the moon in there. Usually they have the moon as one of them.
July 17th. Did it say west or east part of the sky? It must be the west part of the sky.
Yeah, I would assuming. I don't know. I didn't
Mad Pax. It's a Mad Pax.
Hey, Mad Pax.
It's a Mad Pax. Welcome in, dude. How's Texas? I bet you're hot. I bet it's miserable down there in Texas.
Yeah, Mahalo, we did have a blue moon.
Yeah, we just had a strawberry moon. Yeah, we had a blue moon the end of May, and then June was strawberry. What's July?
I don't know. We'll have to go back and look at it. But I got a couple more slides.
I can't believe
we have a comet. We have a comet that you can see. coming up.
Wow, I didn't hear that either.
And it's 10P Temple 2.
Huh.
So it's between July and August, and you'll be able to see it clearly with binoculars or telescope.
Wow.
And you'll be able to see it in both hemispheres.
Nice.
So here's some dates. The 10th through the 16th, you'll have a darker sky to be able to view it. The 26th and 29th, it passes near the globular cluster. So you'll have to look that up on your star maps. And then at the closest it'll get to Earth is August 3rd. And then 11th through the 15th of August is the darkest, is a dark sky again. So you'll get it as it's leaving. Then this is supposed to be, let's see. This is supposed to be for the northern hemisphere. So it tells you July 10th, it's still way up high. Then it's going to get lower and lower for us as it goes on. So the lower it gets, the brighter it'll get for us.
Oh.
Obviously, because it's getting closer to us. Then here's the southern sky, like Australia. It's going straight down. It's going down instead of across the sky. But it's basically the same dates, except it's going away from them. It starts off closer to them, then goes higher. So there you go.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't hear it.
You guys can get out there and look at some sky.
If it's in the northern hemisphere, maybe I can find it on the camera.
Yeah, I don't know if our security cameras will zoom in close enough to it, because it says you have to have binoculars. So I'm assuming it might, but it might not be able to zoom in real close.
Yeah, I didn't hear about the comet. Interesting.
Yeah. Let's go back to, let's see, let me find it. We were asked about the moons. Let's see if I can find where
your moon list is.
Where all my moon list is. I've been rearranging stuff and all right, sky events. So the sky for the moon that we just went through.
Mad Pax, you're the first one that mentioned it.
What?
Whoa, I just noticed Garrel's beard is gone. You're the first one that noticed.
Yeah, between the kids and the family, and of course I kind of shaved it in between our events and stuff, and nobody's really said anything to me.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, it's so hot here. He said, that's enough. He said, cut my hair, cut my beard. It's gone till next spring.
So we went through the pink moon, the flower moon, and the blue moon, May 31st. So I can't remember who asked about the blue moon. So we just had one.
Oh, I guess JoJo mentioned it. Sorry, JoJo, I didn't see him mention it. So yeah, we just had the strawberry moon.
So then after that, let's see. Let me find a good chart if I got one. I'm sure I do somewhere.
Stargazer just shaved his head 2 weeks ago. It's just too hot. Yeah, the long hair is gone. The long beard's gone.
All right, let's go with this one. Let's see what this one. See what this chart says. So there we just, like we said, we went through the blue moon. Strawberry moon was June. July is the buck moon on the 29th.
Ah, the buck moon.
So that's just in time for hunting season, I'm assuming.
But the hunter moon is in the fall, right? Or is that the harvest moon?
Yeah, it's October. That's like for duck season and waterfall and
The buck moon.
But the buck moon, I think, is when they go and rut and all that stuff and start moving. I don't know if it really lines up. I don't think it really lines up with hunting season, but so July 29th into this month is the buck moon. Then August 28th is the sturgeon moon. So we got that to look forward to. And then, of course, we got the harvest moon, the hunter's moon. November is the beaver moon. And then December is the cold moon, which is supposed to be the coldest night or the coldest time of the year for the season. So there you go. Hope that clears that up as clear as mud.
Clear as mud. Dum dum dum.
Dun, dun, dun. Well, I have a couple. We have some cryptid reports or cryptid history from Creepy Acres. I snagged a couple from them over the week. Then I have another cryptid thing I put together and want to know what everybody thinks about it. I have a little theory. Everybody else has probably already talked about it, or maybe nobody's noticed, but all of a sudden it just dawned on me. So we'll talk about that. I have a little theory. Might be stupid, but I don't know. We'll have to see what everybody thinks.
I'm making cinnamon rolls.
Who is?
Mahala. Ooh.
I like cinnamon rolls.
And Jojo said, if we have the cold moon in December, would that mean they have a hot moon here in Australia? Probably, because it's their summer.
You're opposite of us. So when we're going into winter, you guys are going into summer. So
right.
So you guys will start melting shortly after we start getting cold.
Melting.
All your snowmen will start melting there.
Last I heard, a dwarf, he was live at Mount Shasta.
I texted him the other day.
And yeah, he said he will try to keep in touch with people and family if he's got availability. So was he able to see it? And back?
He answered back a couple hours later, and he said they're out in the forest and the woods, so they have very limited cell phone service, and he just happened to catch mine on a place that he caught cell phone service, so they're doing good.
Nice.
He said they're out there having fun, camping out, investigating. I was going to ask him about the speakers at Mount Shasta and what he's found, but I didn't get a chance to, and I didn't want to bother him anymore because they were out investigating and exploring.
So yeah, he probably won't be live on his channel for probably a couple of weeks. So this is his time away, and he warned everybody he's going to have sketchy service, but he was going to try to keep in touch with family and certain friends just to let everybody know he's still okay. So yeah, it's weird. No dwarf in people's chats. I mean, it just seems weird when dwarf is gone.
So if he gets back and he wants to come on, we'll have him on, and he can tell us all of his experiences on the thing. I'm sure he'll do it on his channel, but we'll give him the opportunity to come on here and talk with us and hang out. And so that'll probably be a Sunday, most likely, on our Piercing the Veil show, which we said Carl's going to be on it this Sunday.
And no, he didn't move there. He's just taking a couple weeks vacation, and he just took off and headed to Mount Shasta. And I think there's a Bigfoot festival in Oregon somewhere also that he was heading up to also. Yeah, there's a Bigfoot festival, and he's just taking a couple of weeks off.
Yeah, there's Carl. Sunday.
So yeah,
Bigfoot dwarf. He used to live in Northern California, and he worked there for a while and did all that stuff. Then he moved back to where family was, and
to work with in the shop with his brother.
So, but he still goes out and investigates and loves going out in Northern California, Oregon, Seattle, all over the place out there on the north. So He gets out there for a week or more at a time. It seems like he tries to anyway during the summer.
You know, he was gone, I think, like 2 or 3 weeks last year when he went the Patty area, Northern California. That's where he went last year. So yeah, he's fine. He's alive. He's gonna keep in touch with people.
We were talking about doing a live, and me and Jane and somebody else possibly was going to co-host a show and have them show their live feeds on multi-streaming on different channels. But I think since they got spotty cell phone and service out there, that's not going to happen. So we'll just have to wait till he comes back to civilization, I guess.
And did we see a news station, Snake the Sasquatch hunter who found a Sasquatch dead? I did not hear anything about that. Did you?
Yeah, it's been on there. I don't know
if it's legit or not.
I have a hard time believing this stuff. I hate to be such a skeptic, but I don't know. I don't know if it's true, not true. Right. It's hard to tell anymore about what you find online. Just like that cold weather coming. I don't know if that's going to happen.
I know.
You see it, and it's like, really? We're gonna get snow in July or at the end of July.
I know. You have a hard time believing anything these days. You have to be a skeptic, it seems like. Or like I said a few weeks ago, get back to the source of where did that come from? Who told you that? Is it the government? Is it NASA? Is, you know, where did the source originate? And then you can go, I'll believe it when I see it.
So I don't know. It could be real. I hope, you know, I feel bad if it's an actual body of a Sasquatch that got shot or killed somehow or whatever. But, you know, if it's evidence, if it's something that died natural and it looks like Bigfoot, Sasquatch, whatever, or wild man, whatever they deem it to be, then all right, let's see it. You know, if it's real, bring it out and do some blood tests and DNA samples and whatever, and let's see.
Right. Don't go by with just pictures. Like Joseph, yeah, AI is so good with
pictures. Go by videos. Videos could be fake so easily now too. But so since we're talking about Bigfoot,
Bigfoot, Sasquatch.
I made up some slides, a couple slides about here's physical types of Bigfoot. Now this could be a little off, or you could use different terms for these, but like the traditional Bigfoot, Patty, you know, you got the sagittal crest, the massive build, flat face, hunched shoulder. Then of course you can see the cone shape of the head and no fur necessarily on the face, except for Patty has some fur on her face. It's hard to see her face sometimes. And type 2 is more of a hominid, kind of an animal. So you either have a human aspect, animal aspect, or a mixture. So type 2 is a humanoid or hominid, where it has teeth. It's more aggressive. It's more of an animal type. And then you have type 3, which would be considered a humanoid, an ancient human species that has survived. Then number 4 is this a primate, you know, almost like a monkey or an ape. It has a snout. So that's what I've came up with from everybody's reports and what people are saying. I think Jessica has her own chart that shows some of these people, the cryptid huntress. And then we got the evidence. You got the footprints and the tracks. You know, that's number 1. Most people find tracks and footprints, and they make castings and measure the length of it and try to determine how tall or how much it weighed by the footprint. Some people say for number 2 that they have DNA, hair samples that they can study, but they always come back inconclusive, or maybe an animal that we don't recognize or whatever. But then we have 3, which we have a lot of people that we've heard great sounds. They have audio recordings of vocalizations
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love hearing people's recordings, especially videos where you can actually see real time people hearing these things. Then, obviously, number four, eyewitnesses. People have actually seen Bigfoot either in a distance or in the woods as shadows or even up close and personal. Some people have evidence or reports of them actually being so many feet away from this and having an encounter. So you can take this with a grain of salt. I kind of put it together based on what other people say or evidence or whatever. I just think it's a nice visual chart. I think it stands up pretty well, but it could change over time depending on what happens. So there you go.
Hi, Aaron. Yes, and Dr. Melba Ketchum does have DNA for saying the female is definitely human, and so yeah, she's got evidence.
Yeah. Yep. And then, even if you do, you could be out there and you could be legitimately say, okay, I know this came off of Bigfoot. I saw it. I followed his tracks and I picked up the hair sample. I picked up whatever. You're still going to have people that are skeptic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just got to believe what you saw and you experienced. And if you want to bring it out and tell everybody, but don't expect everybody to agree with you because they're not. They're gonna chew you up and put you through the ringer. And
Well, even with Dr. Ketchum's evidence, people are still questioning it.
right, I mean, people are cynical. People just think, just like we are. What we just said about the Bigfoot that the person in chat was talking about. We don't know, so we're cynical. We're like, show me, prove it to me. That's where we're at now. It's not like you believe everybody just because they say they found something. I mean, even our videos that we show of the night sky where we see things move in the sky, we see orbs, we see rods, we see, some people are going to believe it and some people aren't. I mean, we just
Right.
see what we see and we present it. And a lot of times we say, we don't know. We don't know what it is. This is what we think it is. This is what we believe it is. But, look at it and make up your own mind.
I agree, Stargazer. I mean, even the same, if you see somebody purposely running over a duck or a goose, in our town especially, you're in trouble. You're not supposed to purposely run over possums or any wildlife. So, I mean, they do say, you know, it is against the law to, kill any kind of animal, actually. And Blazer, welcome in. Yes, the beard is gone. And Harold, welcome in. I hope your back is better.
Yeah, Harold. Hope you're feeling better.
But even in our town, I mean, you're not supposed to mess with the geese and the ducks. You find out, you run them over. Isn't there a big fine?
Geese and ducks are protected animals. So unless it's actually hunting season.
So yeah, I know you're not supposed to purposely run over possums or anything like that. It's just so, especially even with a Bigfoot, I hope, people don't start hunting them down. I hope they start getting arrested for it. Hey, Robin. Oh, she's a girl. Looks fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
His back is still out.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy. Oh, Stargazer rescued possums last year.
Usually domestic animals, that's when you get in the most trouble as far as cats and dogs and people's pets, that you actually can take them to civil court or a court, and there's laws against that kind of deal. Animal cruelty.
Mm-hmm.
Wild animals such as game animals, yeah, there's rules, regulations on when you can, when you can't, but there's also nuisance laws where coyotes and possums and coons can be trapped, killed, depending on if they're hurting your animals or your property or whatever. So there's kind of a gray area. But geese are federally protected no matter what, unless it happens to fall within the guidelines of hunting during hunting season. And then there's regulations and rules you have to follow for that even. So, but outside of that scope of hunting rules and regulations, you're taking it at your own risk if you kill an animal just to kill it.
And hi, Christy.
Hi, Christy.
Yeah, there's a difference if you accidentally hit an animal going to work, or you're running down the road. That's one thing.
You can't avoid hitting it, or you might lose your life over it. And that's the way it goes. But to do it on purpose, that's where it falls into animal cruelty. But somebody's got to see it, somebody's got to turn you in, somebody's got to witness it, whatever. I mean, you know how society is.
You don't look like ZZ anymore. It's too hot here. And I'm surprised my hair's down right now. My hair has been actually up almost every single day because this is so hot.
Yeah.
It is just miserable and sticky here. So his long hair was sticking to his neck and on the back, and the beard was sticking to the front of his neck. So he was starting to look like a Sasquatch. So he said it's got to go.
Let's do.
Oh, yeah, that's true, Mahalo. Yeah, if you shoot a Bigfoot, you are suffering the risk of others coming after you. I still think that's what happened in Alaska. They accidentally shot one, and the whole herd went after the town.
I mean, everybody that we know or in this community, recognizes Bigfoot, Sasquatch, wild men, forest people as an entity. So we follow along with that. If you, just like the Bigfoot War of 1855 or whenever that was, you're going to have repercussions of doing those actions of hurting one of theirs. But as far as us as humans, everybody thinks it's a myth. A lot of people or courts or whatever, that hasn't been proven yet, So what if one actually does get killed? DNA test. What if it matches human?
Right.
Are you going to be in trouble for murder then in the courts?
Yeah, that's what someone was saying in chat. I don't know.
Even if it's an animal, there's going to have to be new rules and regulations on whether you can kill or hunt Sasquatch or Bigfoot. I mean, some states have already put rules in. I think it's more publicity than anything, but they already put, no hunting, no killing of such animal. So,
and hello, Riley. Yeah, hopefully we don't start hearing more reports, because that's sad. I don't want people actually going after them. Finding them and doing research is one thing, but actually hunting is wrong.
Yeah, pale crawler. What if you kill a pale crawler? Then it becomes publicly known. And what if the pale crawler once was human and it still has human DNA?
Right. What if it shapeshifts back into a human after that? Right. You're going to get in trouble.
Kill a werewolf?
Right.
As soon as you kill it, then it goes back to the human form. Are you going to be subject to murder? There's so many ifs and so many, I wonder what would happen.
And no taking their beef jerky.
Sasquatch gets mad when you take his beef jerky, his beef sticks.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, I hope I'm never in that spot where, say, Harry and the Hendersons, when you hit one with your station wagon and you think it's dead. What do you do? I like to know how that family got him in loaded up and taken to the house.
Don't shoot it, Daryl.
Yeah. My name is Daryl.
My name is Daryl, not Bigfoot. And welcome in, Jason.
Hey, Jason.
That was a
I don't
funny.
know. That's good. That's a good question. There's a lot of gray areas that we haven't experienced yet. So they're all, like I said, if we ever positively prove that Bigfoot is human, that it really exists, that I'm not saying it doesn't exist. We believe just like everybody else in the community, but you still have to prove it in the courts. You have to prove it medically, scientifically, that
Mhm.
what species is this? Is this human? Is this leftover from earlier civilizations? Is it an animal? Is it a hybrid? Who knows? What if it's a government experiment? Are you gonna get locked up by the government somewhere for taking out one of their assets or one of their creations?
What kind of mushrooms are you talking about, Harold? Morel, or is it different kinds? Because I know
All
in the fall there's certain ones in the fall that people hunt, but I didn't know if
all
you was
kinds
talking
of
about
mushrooms.
leaving morel mushrooms for the Bigfoot, or a different kind of mushroom.
All kinds of different types of mushrooms out there. So they probably forage everything, not just
Mhm.
morels, but all right. You want to do some
Any mushrooms.
cryptid reports?
Ew.
So there you go.
Let's go swimming.
July 1st, Newport, Arkansas. Well, I'm going to turn my head and look at my side monitor to read it, just in case everybody's wondering why I'm turning sideways. So it says Bramlett Bateman is contacted by tenant farmers renting land on his plantation along the White River, just 6 miles south of Newport. They tell him of a monstrous beast lurking in the river. Though skeptical, Bateman agrees to investigate. He finds a creature he describes as being as wide as a car and 3 cars long.
Wide as a car. Jeez.
Wide as a car and 3 cars long. So you know how long cars are. When
Jeez.
was this? 37?
Wow.
I was gonna
They had
say,
big
man,
cars back then.
early 1900s when
Yeah,
the
they
first
had big
car.
cars back then.
So the skin like wet elephant hide. So soon he contacts the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission and asks if he can use dynamite to kill the beast. He is denied.
Ew.
Word quickly spreads about the White River monster, and soon crowds of curious onlookers and wannabe monster hunters descend on the farm. Bateman sets up a viewing area where he charges 25 cents for a chance to glimpse the beast. Despite numerous attempts by locals, including a former Navy deep sea diver, the creature is never captured. So there you go. The White River monster.
Looks like a giant catfish.
Well, and we talked about this before about down at the bottom of dams like the Hoover Dam and all these big dams that supposedly the catfish get huge down there. Some people say it's fake, it's not true. I've seen stories and I assume they're true where divers go down to make repairs on the dam or to inspect the dam and they say there's gigantic fish that swim by them.
Wow.
They say it's the catfish or the carp get huge because they just lay down at the bottom and feed off of the whatever's in the silt and animals that swim by. And so there you go, July 1st, 1937.
Dum dum dum.
Da-da-da-da. Let's see. How about this guy?
The heck? Looks like a walking tick.
July 2nd, 1954.
It's Tick Man.
Tick Man. There is a Marvel comic, I think, The Tick. So maybe it's based off of this guy. I don't know.
Or a flea man.
Flea man.
Flea man or a tick man.
Well, there was Ant Man.
He don't look like an ant. He just kind of looks like a tick.
Yeah. Does look like a tick. Let's see what it says.
Yeah.
5 p.m. Garson, Ontario, Canada. Inio La Sarza, 23, is at the nickel mining company where he works when he notices something in the sky moving several times the speed of a jet plane.
Jeez.
So this thing can fly
Jeez.
faster than a jet plane.
Hi, Andrew. Welcome in.
Hey, Andrew.
Well, ticks hop and fleas hop.
Yeah, sorry. So it says moving several times the speed of a jet plane, rocketing towards the earth. Suddenly it stops and hovers above the ground. So maybe this is where the Marvel Comics got this. So it's spherical craft, 25 feet in diameter, 3 huge, 13-foot tall, green-blue glowing monstrosities emerged from the object. All right, so it was a spacecraft that he saw going faster than a jet, 25 feet in diameter. But then you have 3 huge, 13-foot tall, green-blue, glowing monstrosities emerge from the object. They have a single eye in the center of what passed as for a forehead and 6 evenly distributed sets of arms and or hairy legs. So they were hairy like crabs. Look at it.
Crabby.
The hands are crab-like claws. One of the insects like behemoth scuttles towards Lazarza. The man is hit by what he refers to as a psychic blow. So it'd be a what? Infrasound?
Oh, yeah. Infrasound.
The being orders something of Lazarza, where he refuses, stating he would rather die. So what did he say to him? The being orders something of Lazarza. We refuses, stating he would rather die. Then the hypnotic stare, he is rendered unconscious.
Ooh.
Lazarza would awaken to find the beings gone. He would report the encounter to the police and the Royal Canadian Air Force. Lazarza has never revealed the creature's demand. So we don't know what he said to him or what he wanted him to do.
Wow.
But he said no. He said, we ain't doing it.
Wow.
So the creature knocks him out. So he must have used some kind of infrasound or telepathy. He said psychic blow.
Wow.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
1954 in Canada.
And welcome in, Carrie. Speaking of Canada. Wow. So it was definitely cool. Some kind of a insect type thing.
The tick man. Look at him.
Tick man.
There you go, Ticky. All right, July 5th. Did we not? What was the last one? July what?
I don't remember.
2nd. So we skipped the 4th of July. We don't have any 4th of July cryptos.
No sightings. Everybody's watching fireworks.
Oh. So there we go. From Creepy Acres, obviously. Today in Creepy History, July 5th, 1977. Oh, this is Champ. Lake Champlain, St. Albans City, Vermont. Sandra Mancy, her 2 children, Heidi Joe, and Larry, and Sandra's fiance, Tony, stopped just north of St. Albans City, Vermont. From a picnic along the shores of Lake Champlain, as her children play in the water, Sandra notices an odd disturbance out on the lake. Suddenly, a grayish-brown creature with smooth, eel-like skin snakes its head out of the water atop a 6-foot-long neck. Directly behind that is a large back-like hump. As a couple rushes both children from the water, Tony hands Sandra the camera from his pocket. She manages to snap just a single picture, but it becomes not only the beast's best photographic evidence for the existence of the legendary lake monster champ, but for many the most credible photo in all cryptozoology. However, the Mansi photo wouldn't be seen by the public until June 30th, 1981. Wow, that was a long time when it was first published in the New York Times.
Hmm.
So there you go. You can go look up the Mansi photo and see what the picture shows. I should have done that. I should have went and got it.
Yeah. Welcome in, Amanda, and happy late birthday. She said her birthday was the 5th.
Oh, hi, Amanda. Happy birthday.
Happy late birthday.
She's like a 4th of July baby.
Yeah. Just missed being a firecracker baby.
So there you go, 1977.
Dum, dum, dum.
Da.
July 7th.
So they kept that to themselves for quite a while. 77 until 81 when it got published. Or maybe they were like telling everybody, but nobody believed them until the article picked it up and published it. I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah.
Then I think this is the last one. July 7th. So we should all know this. I think July 7th, 1947. Where do you think it is?
The buried alien? Or no, that's in Texas, isn't it? The buried alien.
Yeah.
It's not Roswell. Or is it?
It's 1947.
Yeah, it says
New Mexico.
Coronas. Wow.
Corona, New Mexico. Rancher W.W. Mack, Brazil, stumbles upon a strange field of debris scattered across his pasture following a violent thunderstorm. Amid the bizarre wreckage is a metallic foil that won't burn, lightweight, beams with mysterious symbols decorated the surface, as well as the unknown material that seems impossible to light but extremely resilient.
That sounds like Roswell stuff.
It does.
Yeah.
Brazil collects samples and takes it to the local sheriff, George Wilcox. He in turn contacts a nearby army field in Roswell. Home to the elite 509th Bombs Group, the only atomic bomb unit in the world at the time. Immediately, an intelligence officer, Jesse Marcel, and a counterintelligence officer, Lieutenant Colonel Sheridan Cabot, travels to Brazil's ranch, and to investigate. Later that night, a portion of the wreckage was flown to Fort Worth Army Airfield for further inspection, and just like that, the first seeds of the Roswell conspiracy were planted.
Dum, dum, dum.
So everybody knows Roswell.
Yeah, 80 years later.
You know how they put in the papers that they recovered a spaceship, a spacecraft, and then 3 days later, no, it's just a weather balloon. Nothing to see here, people.
And for 80 years, there was no such thing. But poof, all of a sudden, they're real, folks. But nobody's mad and upset that we've been lied to for 80 years.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah.
Bunch of liars.
Don't start believing them now, no matter what they say. Yeah, New Mexico does have a lot of incidences, huh?
Yeah. All right. So there we go. Thank you from Creepy Acres.
Yeah, thank you, Creepy Acres.
Doing those awesome illustrations and keeping the stories out there for everybody.
Yeah, because we can't tell the difference between our own balloons and a UFO.
Yeah.
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 And we're supposed to believe what they say. Or
So
a birthday balloon.
let's go ahead and we'll go into this. Since you kind of brought it up,
I did.
kind
My
of.
fault. Uh-oh.
Well,
My fault. My fault. What did I bring up?
you know what you brought up. All right.
Carrie's still recovering from Santa and the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah. I mean, what's real and what's not real? I mean, what are we supposed to believe in now? So we just talked about Roswell. Everybody knows about Roswell, worldwide, world famous. But what if let's
Blazer, it's okay. You can still believe in the Easter Bunny.
let's go. I was gonna start a series, and I think we're gonna stick to it. Hopefully we'll stick to it. It might not be every week, but we'll bring it up. So this is basically the top 10 UFO crashes or incident or recoveries. Number one, Aurora, 1897, which you brought up, Texas, Aurora, Texas. Number two, Magenta, 1933. Cape Girardeau. We've had people on our show talking about Cape Girardeau, with many books written about it. Happened in 1941. So these are before Roswell. Trinity, 1945. Hey, Sandman.
Hey, Michigan Sandman.
So then we got number five right in the middle, 1947 Roswell. Then after Roswell, we got Plains of San Augustine. We got the Aztec, Laredo, Del Rio, Kingsman. So we might be doing a series on this. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Hidden truths.
So right now, we're going to concentrate on Aurora, Texas, 1897. And then we'll probably go back into Cape Girardeau, the Battle of Los Angeles. Don't forget about that, 1942, before Roswell. Foo Fighters during the war.
Yeah, Foo Fighters is what gets me, is all those things that they were seeing in the war.
So we got all this stuff that happened before Roswell. Like I said, everybody focuses on Roswell. So we're going to talk about some of these events before Roswell. Not all the night, but tonight we will start a little bit with Aurora, Texas, 1897.
Carrie just said to Blazer, Easter Bunny doesn't lay eggs, Blazer. That was a Cadbury lie.
Oh, man. I don't know what to do now. I grew up the whole time watching the Easter Bunny on TV and the cartoon, and oh man, my whole childhood was a lie. I don't know what to do now.
Oh.
So anyway, you brought up the buried alien in Texas, so that's what this account is.
Right. And who knows if he's even still there. They probably dug him up and took him to the Smithsonian.
Is that a lie? Is he really there? Did it really happen? I mean, they're
not going to let some alien be buried. They're, darn well they're going to dig it up and take it.
So this says America's first UFO crash. I think it's one of the popular ones that is actually printed in the newspaper. I don't know if it's actually the first American, but that's what That's what people claim.
The little green guy.
Yeah, look at him. Poor guy. Unmarked grave. So supposedly this airship, and it's not necessarily a UFO. Some people say it's an airship. So was it
Yeah.
like was it a balloon? Was it something else besides a normal flying saucer that we would know of?
Right, because the 1800s, some of them, there was still airships around. They weren't just blimps. They were like personalized flying vehicles that people had. So there was airships back then that they did kind of look like, some of them probably did look like UFOs.
Right. So supposedly this UFO crashes, lands, and hits the windmill, destroys a windmill and stuff. And so you can look up either Aurora, Texas incident of 1897, or you can look up the windmill UFO crash. So either one.
Geez, there's a big windmill. Welcome, Aloria and man, everybody's popping in. Sandra, Aloria, and Standing Stones. Welcome in, you guys.
I'll make this bigger so everybody can read or lead along with us. So here it says the windmill demolishes it.
Wow.
Aurora Wise County, Texas. I think that's April 17th. About 6 o'clock this morning, early risers in Aurora were astonished at the sudden appearance of the airship, which had been sailing through the country. It was traveling due north and much nearer the earth than ever before. Evidently, some of the machinery was out of order, for it was making a speed of only 10 to 12 miles an hour and gradually settling towards the earth. It sailed directly over the public square. When it reached the north part of town, collided with the tower of Judge Proctor's windmill and went to pieces with a terrific explosion, scattering debris over several acres of ground, wrecking the windmill and water tank and destroying the judge's flower garden. See, that was probably the biggest problem. His windmill and his flower garden.
Welcome in, Jackie. And if you see Dwarf, tell him we all said hi, because she's talking about the Summerfest in Oregon.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, welcome in, Jackie. Tell Dwarf we miss him. It don't seem the same without him in chat. Dwarf being in missing.
So when I read this article, and I always kind of laughed and giggled because it reminds me of the movie Doc Holliday, where he crashes through his fence, destroys his yard, and then he has to serve time and make up the difference. And a bunch of Hallmark movies are the same way, where they crash through and they got to serve community time. And anyway, the poor alien probably has to do time for destroying the windmill and the flower garden. So the pilot of the ship is supposed to have been the only one on board, and while his remains are badly disfigured, enough of that the original has been picked up to show that he was not an inhabitant of this world. So when I always thought of airships or dirigibles or any of that stuff that people said was flying across the U.S. back in the 1800s or late 1700s, I thought they would be like from this world. I thought they would be scientists or people that flew the blimps and stuff. This says that it was obviously an inhabitant not of this world. Mr. T.J. Weems, the United States Signal Service officer at this place, an authority on astronomy, gives it as his opinion that he was a native of the planet Mars. Papers found on his person, evidently the record of his travels, are written in some unknown hieroglyphic and cannot be deciphered. The ship was too badly wrecked to form any conclusion as of its construction or motive of power. It was built of an unknown material resembling somewhat a mixture of aluminum and silver, and it must have weighed several tons. The town is full of people today who are viewing the wreck and gathering specimens and strange metals and debris. The pilot's funeral will take place at noon tomorrow. S.E. Hayden.
Can you imagine how many people passed away and then their family came and sorted through their trunks in the attic and stuff and found this weird metal, and you went, what in the hell was grandma saving?
Then they probably threw it away.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's in a Goodwill. Maybe if you go to a Goodwill, you might find a piece of alien ship.
Didn't know Uncle Fred had a piece of metal stashed out in the bar, and it was like, what is this? I just threw it away.
So do you have your UFO piece of metal on your desk right there? I think mine's upstairs.
Oh, shoot. I'm not sure where mine is. It's down here somewhere.
So from the UK, Sober Carper, you guys might have seen him in Andy Decodes or Andy Alienate UK's chat. He sent us a keychain. It has a little piece of metal that came from Rendlesham Forest UFO incident. So they're selling those little pieces. Every once in a while, they'll release so many of them and sell them, and it helps with their investigation and doing their Rendlesham Forest UFO incident. So we actually have a little piece of what they say it came from that metal.
This is it.
All right, let me take this down so you can show it.
You want it out of the bag? You can probably show a tiny little piece.
Hang on.
So yeah, we got
little tiny piece of metal that supposedly came off a alien spacecraft.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. So yours is upstairs somewhere too, then.
Yeah, I think I brought it down the very first day we were talking about it, but then I think it got back up to my area where I usually sit. So here, supposedly, is where some of the spacecraft, some of the aircraft, I'm gonna say aircraft. No, I don't know if it's necessarily spacecraft, and the alien body was put. They covered it up, and if you go there today, people leave all kinds of little alien mementos and gifts and stuff on the spot supposedly that the alien.
That's a weird looking rock. It almost looks like lava rock.
Well, that seems a question. I mean, people don't know where it came from or why they chose that rock, or if that rock was somehow part of the thing itself.
There's a tombstone also, isn't there? I thought I seen a tombstone before.
Well, here is a marker.
Oh.
Supposedly where the alien is buried, but people say he's not there. It's in underneath that rock down, like it was supposed to be like the well of the windmill, supposedly, that they dumped all the stuff in it and cemented it over and capped it so nobody could get to it. So anyway, there it is, Aurora. The Aurora incident. So we'll probably continue, and we'll go down the list, and if we find out any new information or better pictures or firsthand reports, just like Cape Girardeau. There's all kinds of people that supposedly had witnessed it and had connections with it. And we talked to the one author that went out and investigated it and wrote several UFO books, and especially one on Cape Girardeau. And supposedly, if you know where the farmer's field is, you could possibly, when he does
Oh,
his fields, you could possibly find little pieces still come up.
Jackie, how many days is that? I know he was mentioning some kind of a Bigfoot festival in Oregon. She says she's going through the park trying to find him. He may not be there yet if it's a couple days long. So
Yeah, I don't know. He
I
said
just
he was
know he
going
was
to try. He was
asking
going to
other
get there.
yeah, he was asking other people, hey, is anybody going to some kind of festival in Oregon? So today and tomorrow. All right, so if you don't see him, he might be showing up tomorrow. But I know he was talking about some festival in Oregon, so unless there's another one. But I bet it's that one that you're talking about. So maybe I mean, how can you not see dwarf in a park, you know?
Well, he's little. He's little. He might be hard to spot. I don't know.
Yeah, so hopefully you'll find him either tonight or tomorrow. Or try to text him. He said he has spotty service. But he's getting some people's messages. Unless he's still in Shasta, don't know. He might be camping out with robot grandma still.
Oh, maybe Robot Gamma got him.
Yeah.
He might be in the cave somewhere at Mount Shasta.
She said, oh, she said out. She don't have his number. Well, I know he was meant, unless there's another big, giant Bigfoot festival, but I think that's the one he was talking about. So maybe he's not going there till tomorrow.
Right. So let's go to my little theory that somehow popped into my head.
Uh-oh.
And it might, like I said, it might be obvious. It might not be a big thing. Maybe other people have talked about it and I just didn't know it. I don't know. But have you ever wondered about all the cryptids, whether Bigfoot, whatever, that somehow or another there's always a body of water or they're always in water, whether they live in water or by water or discovered in water or around water? So I put a picture gallery together of all these things that I've noticed that the reports have always talked about them being around water.
Yeah. Quite a few of them. Ew. I don't want to see that thing at night.
So this is the infield horror of Illinois became center of America's largest monster sighting. Witnesses described a bizarre creature unlike anything they've ever seen. It stood about 4 to 5 feet tall, gray, slime-covered skin, unusually of all, only 3 legs.
4 to 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
That's a lot of slime.
So this thing was discovered, and they found the footprints down by the river, down by the water. So I just think it's strange that we have all these cryptids. And I just put it together with them having water around them.
Mm-hmm.
So here is
a tripod.
Here is Alti, the Altamaha river monster. So this is another cryptid, like this is a river monster.
A lot of Bigfoot sightings down by rivers.
Yeah.
Because everything needs water.
So let's see. Let's go to the next one.
Stargazer says that's where I live.
Really?
That's in Georgia.
So here's the Bear Lake monster. Now this looks like a crocodile or something to me.
Right.
but it's actually a cryptid. It's actually listed in cryptozoology. Platypus hybrid. Now, if you look at the picture down below, this guy, it almost looks like a Loch Ness monster.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they got it looking like a crocodile or a gator here, supposedly it has a long neck that protrudes out of the water. So this is right on the border. You can see there, Idaho, and so it's a Bear Lake monster.
Jackie said in the park they found some prints there today.
Oh.
Betty White's pet. Oh my. Pet gator.
So here's one from Indiana. This is the Beast of Busco. Now they got it looking like a big giant turtle or a tortoise or whatever, but it's supposedly it's a cryptid too. It's got its history. But my main point is all these cryptids that we never talk about. On how they all are around water, but nobody really talks about the water that I know of. Nobody really talks about how the water is connected with all these different cryptids. So this is the green clawed monster of Ohio River. So supposedly it swims in the Ohio River, and just like we've talked about with Jessica and Bryce from Esoteric Atlanta about going in these man-made lakes or any rivers where they grab you from underneath.
Someone missing a leg.
It looks like a missing leg, but I think he's right here above water and below water. That's something that's grabbing him.
Hi, Cosmic Joe.
Hey, Cosmic Joe. So here we have the Honey Island monster, which is in water, swamp. The swamp monster.
Swamp ape.
That's the Honey Island monster. Could be a swamp ape, but I think it's its own little cryptid.
Its own little swampy looking monster.
Yeah, because swamp apes around Florida. I don't know if it's out of the Everglades but this is Honey Island.
No swimming, no diving, no thanks.
Those are your lifeguards. Those are the ones that are there to serve. So this is Honey Island swamp monsters, Louisiana. By the way,
yeah, because in the swamp areas, they've seen them kind of covered with swamp moss and.
So here's another picture of what they described as the Honey Island monster.
Oh, they make him look huge.
Well, he's probably big like Bigfoot, so it could be a swamp ape. I don't know.
Hi, Blues Cruise.
Hey, Blue.
Sewer ape. Yeah, there probably is sewer apes.
So then we get to Alaska. And this is Illie, Illie, Illawama Lake monster in Alaska. And it's the same thing. People see it it's like the Loch Ness monster or the river monsters. And this makes it look like a big giant fish or almost crocodile-like, but supposedly it has the long neck, the humps, the body, the whole thing, just like Champ, just like Nessie. Yeah, it could be a giant sturgeon, prehistoric. Who knows?
Huh.
But once again, water.
Right.
Here we have the Loveland Frogman. Once again, footprints on the riverbank. Water. Of course, it is a frog, so you'd expect a frog to be by water, but another cryptid by water. So I got tons and tons of these. Here's Momo, Missouri River monster. I don't know why he has a pumpkin head.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, is he supposed to have a pumpkin head shape?
I don't think so. I think that's just an AI picture that I don't know. Maybe one of the stories is around Halloween.
Thanks, Blues Cruise.
Yeah, I don't know, Harold. I don't know if anybody want to kiss the Loveland frog.
Yeah, Blues Cruise says he tuned in for one of my favorite live woo shows.
All right, thank you. Let's see. This one is the paddler. It's called the paddler. Idaho. So it's another Nessie monster. Lives in a lake.
Man, there's a lot of them.
There is. But even, you can expect river monsters, lake monsters, obviously is going to be around water.
Right.
But then you got the swamp monsters, the Bigfoots, the Frogman, the infield horror. You got all these monsters that all have water in common.
Even in the deep woods, there's rivers and creeks or however you want to pronounce it. Little ponds. A lot of farmers have little ponds. So it don't have to be a big river or anything. They just need some kind of a water source.
Right.
Oh, cool.
Here's the Piasso bird down by Alton, Illinois, right by the river. Thunderbird, giant thunderbird. It lives and flies and lives around a river.
Wow.
I love this picture, by the way.
Yeah, that picture is so cool.
So I don't know if this is just because they need a water source like we do, a water source to live. But I can understand, like, most animals live close to water, but they still have a range, or their homes could be further away from the water. But these guys seem to be always at the water for some reason, these cryptids. So here, let's see, which one is this? The Pope Lick River monster. Now he's got horns, he's got claws and hooves, and he's kind of like a goat man. Pope Lick River monster.
He's more like a goat man. Yeah.
But why? That's my question. Why are these guys river monsters? Why are they swamp monsters? Why are they even Bigfoot? Bigfoot reports on the Illinois River, Mississippi River, Missouri River.
And look what's above
it. Glades.
And look what's above it. That's probably a railroad train track bridge. And a lot of times these things are around train tracks also.
Yeah, it reminds you of ogres that live under bridges.
And that looks like a train track up there instead of a regular bridge.
I think that is a railroad or a trestle that goes across, and that's part of the story for.
Yeah, a lot of reports around train tracks. Train tracks and water.
How about the Rougarou? Down in the swamps, down in the bayous.
Down by the bayou.
Now, obviously, just like we say about Bigfoot being in the woods, being in the wilderness, obviously it's a good place for them to hide. So maybe the swamps, the backwoods, the rivers, maybe it's a good hiding place for them. But obviously they don't hide very well because people do see them and they do attack. Some of these, like the Rougarous, they talk about how they not torture, but terrify people and terrorize them.
Right.
But once again, water. So what's everybody in chat think? Am I crazy? Why are all
Hmm.
these stories have water? Why are they hiding out in the bogs and the swamps? And
Robin says bridges can act like portals over water, and our archways, good place to come in and out. You don't know if maybe portals can be created better in water.
yeah, I mean,
Awesome.
water does have abilities
Yeah.
and special energy.
Hmm.
Here we have the Scape Ore Swamp Lizard Man. He could just be a reptile. I don't know.
Right.
Reptilian. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
he just
anyway,
looks like a reptilian.
Swamp Lizard Man. Once again,
Swampy Lizzie.
but you can sit there and go through case after case of all these reports, and there's somehow it leads people to water, or they find prints by water, or it's by a water source. Here's the skunk ape. We all know that's in the Everglades in the Florida. I love these pictures, by the way. How about this guy? The Tennessee Galawampus.
I
It's
don't want
almost
to
like
pick that
it's
one.
almost like the Wampus cat, but it's Gollywampus in Tennessee.
Wow.
In the creeks and rivers in Tennessee, back in the hills. Supposed to have a cat-like panther-looking body, but you can see its claws and its tail is not like any other cat, and it has the ridges, the razor sharp protruding down its spine.
The beady little eyes staring at you, saying, "I'm going to get you."
He looks mean, don't he?
Mm-hmm. He's on a mission.
Let's see. This guy is the Texas Goat Man, right there by the water, when he terrorized people parking at night, vacationers. There's somewhere in the report you'll always see that they lived by water. The report was by water. They found footprints by water, whether it's a river, lake. This is that I don't know. For some reason, all of a sudden in my head popped in when I was looking at reports or looking at cryptids. It's like, why is the majority of them always by water?
Is there a Planet Fitness close by?
Oh, Planet Fitness.
Screaming goat. We had a request.
Here we're back at Louisiana, the werewolf, the bayou.
Down by the bayou.
Hi, Shelly. I don't know if Jane said hi to you.
I was gonna. Hey, Shelly. The Standing Stones is in. I think I had Standing Stones.
So I put a bunch of these together. This is some of them. It'd take us all night to get through all of them, but here's the last one I'm going to show for tonight. Maybe we'll do them individually some night and talk about all the cases individually. But this is the White River Monster in Arkansas.
Unicorn.
So this is the White River Monster of Arkansas. So once again, the river, there's a train trestle.
Right.
There's somebody witnessed it. I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know what to think. The only thing I can think is that it's by water. Water is the common factor besides being a cryptid and terrorizing everybody.
Good night, Jason.
Night, Jason. Well, there's Alori.
Yeah, she's been here for a while.
Okay, I just happened to notice.
I think Alori. I think we said hi to Aloria earlier.
Well, hi. I didn't say hi earlier to you.
We're trying to keep track.
Well, it's harder for me trying to bring up pictures or talk about stuff, but I try to keep an eye on it.
Oh, we got a fox sitting down. Well, the only food out there is birdseed tonight. Sorry, guys. They're eating crack. They're eating chicken scratch.
So on our local Facebook page, there's obviously abundance of foxes this year. They had a good year. There's all kinds of foxes running around and babies running around this year, and people are complaining they're venturing into town and running through the neighborhoods.
And they've been run. I mean, here the last few nights, I think the babies are loose that can explore. Then you hear the mom yipping and screaming, probably calling everybody home. But they just been running full force all over the place. And yeah, I guess this little town's complaining everyone's seeing foxes. So yeah, they probably come here and eat, and then they take off and run through the neighborhoods and come back, get another snack, get a drink. Don't know how many babies foxes can have. Yeah, we were talking about that last night. So the babies are running around now. So yeah, we got quite a few foxes running around this year.
I mean, I know foxes, if you have, say, rabbits or chickens or what, they can be a nuisance animal, but they are cute and friendly. We love them.
They can't get in our barn.
Well, they probably could if they really.
They'd have to really, yeah, they'd have to really dig. They'd have to get past the goats to get to our chickens.
But there's other food that's more available to them than them going through all the trouble to have to dig in.
Well, that's one reason. That's one reason why I throw out our food scraps and stuff. So they got a food source. They leave our barn alone.
But we mainly feed for the
wildcats,
the outside cats that don't have a home, and they're wild and feral, and we feel sorry for them, especially when it gets closer to winter. We try to feed them and give them water.
Yeah, Shelly's got baby skunks under her porch. Well, we got a mom and two babies that have been showing up on the camera the last couple nights. Sure enough, they found the little chipmunk hole and they made the chipmunk hole bigger. And yeah, we got a mama skunk and two babies. Hopefully not way in the barn, but I think they're underneath a wood pile. They got in the barn, but I think they're underneath the wood pile. So yeah, we got baby skunks. They are so cute though. Oh my God, they're so tiny and cute. Hopping around and charging each other.
Yeah, that's cute. Video of a bald eagle and a red fox looking at each other on a picnic table.
Oh, that's neat.
So since we were talking about Bigfoot and cryptids and stuff, I found this the other day. And we've talked about it before. We talk about old paintings, old manuscripts that show cryptids and weird stuff in them. And we've brought it up many, many times. But then I'm going to connect this with other stuff that we talked about. So as we go through this, at the end, we'll get to my point about all this. So Bigfoot, wild man, forest people, whatever name, woodrose, they call them woodrose in over in Europe and Victorian age. So you'd have to look up the name woodrose. But there's many old paintings and manuscripts of a human, or maybe what we'd call a wild man, or possibly half human, half Bigfoot, like people describe Bigfoot having human characteristics. But you can go through all these books and all these inscriptions, and even carvings, and churches have them. So you have this wild person, this we might consider a Bigfoot or Sasquatch, but they called them woodrose, wild men. But they actually, some of them, they said wore animal clothing, but most of these pictures or these paintings show them actually like they actually have fur or hair. So a lot of these are from the 5th century, Some of them are from the medieval time period. So here you have a wild man or a Bigfoot, could be a Sasquatch.
Hmm.
However you look at it, there's a damsel. There's the same picture we showed earlier. The other picture was a full screen. This is just a crop version of just the wild man. But if you go through literature, if you go through the Victorian paintings, you go through the old maps, you'll find these people, whatever they are. So here's a knight battling what would be we would consider a Sasquatch, or they say a wild man, a wood rose. I think that's this close up or the same picture we showed earlier. There he's fighting a tiger or a bear, whatever that is. There's the same guy we showed earlier, just a different pose.
Wow.
So this is off. Remember, we did a show and we talked about the medieval church.
Yeah.
This is on one of the pews of the medieval church.
Give me a stinking break. That's because it wasn't a church back then.
I don't know what it was, but,
Oh,
but
wow.
it's a medieval church. It is a church, and it has pews and it has altars and it has the Christ stuff and all that other stuff. But on the pews, it has these. It has mermaids. It has
wow,
blemmies. It has all these stuff, and here's one of what you would consider to be a Bigfoot or a wild man. Here's on an outside of a building of what we would consider a wild man or a wood rose. Here's another one.
They all have staffs and stuff too, don't they? Like
they have clubs, they have staffs.
Yeah, like they're warriors and fighters. Now I know why you asked me about something earlier. I think that's where you're going.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's another drawing. This is a more of a human aspect, but he does have hair. He does have fur on his body. There's another picture of one out on an arch of a gate or a doorway to a church.
Very common back then, huh, folks?
So here's just like the other picture. This is in a manuscript of just like the picture we saw before, where he's I don't know if he's trying to take the woman or what he's doing, but obviously the knight doesn't like it.
Well, they took our women, just like the Sasquatch took some of the Native American women.
Right. So here's another one of a wild man or possibly Sasquatch and a woman.
Well, it makes you wonder if the wild man and a woman ended up creating the Sasquatch.
Maybe.
It does say the mother was human and the father was something. So is this a story of?
So yeah, this is evidently this is telling the story of how he captured or took a woman. There he's carrying her off. Then here's the knight rescuing the woman. Obviously, he's stabbing the poor guy.
Yeah, I don't think they had Nair back then, Harold. Ooh.
So here's another one where a guy's got a sword and battling off whatever this wild forest people, wild man. There he is right there. He has a stump or a hollowed out tree. So my question.
Hollowed out trees coming out of a portal.
Well, that too. I mean, they say trees are used as portals, so
that's the first thing I thought of is he's coming out of the tree.
I mean, he could go in there. Maybe that closes up and it just looks like an old stump to us. But when he's there or wants to come in and out, it opens up. I don't know. So my question.
Yes, Jojo, it was very popular back in the 70s, probably into the 80s, as all the hair removal. There's neat and nair and neat. I can't. There's a few of them. So
So
yes,
my question, and we're going to bring it up and talk about it one of these nights with somebody or on our Friday night owl lounge. I don't know, but what if Esau really was one of these wild men or hairy man or almost Bigfoot, Sasquatch? That's why the dad, when he rubbed his arm, it felt like an animal pelt. And we've
yeah.
talked about this many
Right.
times.
When Jacob is trying to trick his dad into saying that he was Esau, he had to put an animal pelt on his arm instead of an extra hairy man. It made it, he had to actually feel like a animal. So he's
Right.
trying to
So
trick
what,
his blind father into thinking that Esau was there.
so what if he was like one of these people that we've
I
been
think.
showing in these paintings that actually is human, kind of human, maybe half Sasquatch, half animal, have animal characteristics, but was more wild than the civilized people. So what if his body did have an animal pelt? He had fur like a Sasquatch or a Bigfoot. So we're gonna dig into that and maybe do a show sometime on it. I don't know how soon, but I made this thumbnail for it for when we do, and it fit in. It just happened to fit in tonight's subject with some of these slides from the medieval times. Then we'll get into the Sistine Church with Bigfoot in the background. So we have the Esau connection, we have the Sistine Chapel connection with Bigfoot, Sasquatch.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found
Hmm.
in the book of Enoch, if you start reading into the chapter where it discusses the Genesis verse where it says the fallen angels laid with the women of earth.
Mm-hmm.
If you read about it in Enoch, have you ever thought about what happened to the women after they laid with the fallen angels? What happened to them? What changed in their lives? What became of the women? Were they then evil? Were they sinned to God? Were they as bad as the fallen angels?
Probably.
In Enoch, if you look it up, it says that the women that laid with the fallen angels or the watchers became sirens or mermaids.
Well, I heard somewhere that, when they used to have two legs, right? And yes, the punishment for them to breed all these sea creatures and cryptids and things, that he made them one fin and put their legs together. And it was a punishment.
So it says it doesn't
Oh,
say directly mermaids, but it does say sirens.
sirens. Wow.
The women that laid with the fallen ones became sirens or mermaids, however you want to take it. So I thought that was a weird
Hmm.
weird thing. So yeah, we'll discuss this sometime. We might do a show with somebody, or we might just continue it on talking about it as we find stuff on the Night Owl Lounge. So there you go.
Wow. Isn't it wild that we're in our 60s and went to church most of our lives, heard all these stories, never once thought it was a Sasquatch until a few years ago, and we're in our 60s.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see. What else do we got to talk about?
Bigfoot doing Nair commercials? That'd be funny.
He's got nair.
I'm only 29. Oh.
So we've talked about this before about things about witches and weird stuff that people in the olden days used to do, like witches' windows, witches' doors, 13 doors, a Winchester house to throw spirits off. They do all kinds of doors that go nowhere, stairs that go nowhere. Well, back in the Appalachians, back in the old days, they used to have,
Appalachia.
huh?
I was thinking of Amber. Appalachia. Appalachia.
Appalachia?
Appalachia.
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 We know as witches' traps and stuff to fool witches and evil spirits, and people have them in their yards. We have neighbors that have blue bottles upside down as decorations out in their yards, but really it's for trapping witches or evil spirits. Well, the mountain people used to have these witches' balls.
Oh, and the green.
So if you see them in the stores, and I think we have one, I think we have something similar to it.
Well, I don't know what that blue thing is up there by the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
But it doesn't open like that, though.
No, but I think it's based off of this. The witch is supposed to, if it comes through the window or into your house, it gets trapped into this ball and can't escape. And it is supposed to, so this is where this comes from. And you can find these in all kinds of stores. People who think they're cute window decorations where the light shines through it. No, the original thing is there were witches' balls in the Appalachian. Are they pretty? Yes, they're absolutely.
Yeah, they are pretty. Oh, wow.
So if you look at it, they're designed to trap, whether you, like we talk about people trapping jinn or genies or evil spirits or oops.
Oh my gosh.
And people put impurities and stuff like that. It's in there so that it keeps them busy and makes them perplexed, like so they can't get out. So a lot of them will have these strands blown into the glass to confuse the evil spirits. Supposedly, it could be part of how they made these balls, but people say that they're made that way specifically. They got little glass things inside, like this, that they make it on purpose as obstacles inside to keep them busy. And this is kind of like the Winchester house where you go from place to place and have a dead end or confuse them. Now, the old granny witches or the people in the Appalachians would take horsehair and stuff it inside. So the witches or the evil spirits be constantly going through almost like what we have in the carnivals or haunted houses, the mirrors and stuffed dead ends. That's what the horsehair does. It reflects off the light. It creates like places to go in and like a maze inside. So that is supposed to foul up and keep them busy and disoriented inside the glass ball. Wow. So there you go. So if you see blue bottles out in people's yards or these glass balls hanging in front of people's windows, it's technically to trap evil spirits or witches, or the person that hung it up might just think it's nice decorations.
I mean, our neighbor has like 12 of them in her front yard. So
a lot of blue bottles out in front.
She's got a lot. She has never said hi to us in 22 years. I've seen her once out in the fair. And I said, hi, I'm your neighbor. And she said, no, you're not. And I said, yeah, I am. She goes, no, you're not. And I said, I'm the one that has chickens. She goes, oh, that's the only time I talked to her in 22 years. She's very quiet and just seems very superstitious. And she's got like 12 or 15 bottles upside down in her front yard. So it just makes me wonder if she's suspicious doing it that way, not decorations. And those bottles have been there for years too. A long time she's had those blue bottles. That green one's pretty.
I know. I'm partial to blue, but the green one in the sunlight is pretty. But the amber one or orange is nice too.
I think I've seen some of these in some of the metaphysical shops, but I think they called them fairy balls.
Yeah, it could be called fairy balls, I guess. But yeah, even your high end decorative stores that we used to go into in the malls, they would have these glass balls. Some people would put these kind of like Christmas ornaments on their trees, but most of the time they're hung on their windows or supposed to be on their windows. But I like the cobalt blue.
Wow, those are pretty.
So anyway, if you see anybody that has them, you might now you know that they're
Yeah,
supposed to be for trapping witches or
I
evil.
would just think that they were decorations for the person's window. Wow. How many of these old folklores and wives' tales have slowly disappeared? But people are still doing this stuff and don't know why.
Shelley has one, but it's got a rope and it has to do with water and ocean. All right.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe in Maine, maybe in other regions of the country or over in the UK, they might all have different. Oh, it was okay. So you have like the glass ball that's a float for old fishermen nets. That's what
Hmm.
they used to use. They used to use glowing glass balls on the
Yeah.
nets for fish, and you can still find them. Commercial fishermen out on the ocean still use glass balls. Some of them.
Wow.
So they
Wow.
still on the so on the coasts, especially out by California and the whole western seaboard, you'll find these glass balls on the beaches, and they came off of the fisherman's net when they
Oh,
broke loose from
that'd be
storms.
cool to find. Hmm.
All right. Well, it's almost midnight.
2 hours already?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Where'd that 2 hours go? Oh, my. Well, as a reminder, real quick, Carl Sup will be our guest this Sunday again.
Yeah, and I just said, hey, let's talk about weird stuff, kind of like what we do on the Night Out Lounge. So I don't know what he has in mind as far as what he's going to share, but like I said, I always find stuff that's weird and bizarre anyway. So we can go over a couple slides that are before we go. I don't know when we're going to go, but we probably won't keep you all night like we normally do.
Yeah, we haven't done 4 hours for a while. We usually kind of do 2.5 to 3 hours.
Yeah. So here it says in zero gravity, a candle's flame transforms into a glowing blue sphere. So because of the lack of oxygen or the atmosphere, they say it'll be a round blue glowing ball on top of a candle if you were able to light it instead of the candle flame we see on Earth.
Oh, but I think we do have zero gravity.
Somewhere. They're just saying. I'm not here to explain the science or if it really can happen. I'm just saying this is what I've found. NASA plans to crash the International Space Station in the Pacific Ocean in 2031. So they have been busy, and we've talked about this on another Night Owl Lounge. We talked about it. NASA and other countries, Russia, whoever has parts of the space station are building replacements, and they're slowly taking it up there to add on to get it floating up there. Then the parts that we have today, the chambers that the US has, Russia has, the other countries combined have, they're gonna send it into the ocean because they're gonna have something in its place by 2031. There's actually going to be factories up there on the space station. They're going to have medical for medical experiments. It's going to have its own wing. It's going to have a factory where they can do like make drugs and medical stuff up there, like a pharmaceutical company kind of deal. So I don't know. We're gonna have to see what comes out of the space lab, the space station. The moon is slowly drifting 4 centimeters away from Earth every single year. So if the moon is in charge of our tides and our storms and water, and what happens when it gets so far away that what's the adverse effect? Are we going to have bigger storms, bigger floods? Is that why we're having so much flooding now compared to what we're used to? Flooding in regions of the country we never had before? Is it because of the moon, or is it because of weather control?
Everything's getting weird.
Shelley says, I'm interested in railroad tracks on the moon. That's a good rabbit hole.
Spitting out into space. Yeah. That looks like a pumpkin.
It is, but that's actually our sun. The atmosphere can transform the sun into a green orb for 2 seconds. So it's called plasma. Plasma, it's there's another name for it. Something flash, like a fire. But anyway, when the sun gets down so low, and depending on the atmosphere, how it looks to us, it could turn green at the top just for a brief second or two to give it a weird look. So anybody out in California or somewhere where they're close to the water and have a good view of the sun going down, you can see a green flash. So here is a what do you call it? Not necessarily a Thunderbird or
Harold.
what?
It's the great pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
It does look like that, doesn't it?
That was a good show.
Yep. So this is a pterodactyl, big giant flying bird. That this particular one at night glows green. This
Radiation.
It almost has like a neon hue to it. People have reported it. It's in reports, so you can read them online if you find it.
I bet it's got radiation on it or something. Oh, that's interesting. You showed something last time about something glowing. That platypus was glowing or something.
But we've shown like
4
or 5 different animals that supposedly glow in the dark or has some kind of luminescence to it. So this one is a pterodactyl or a big thunderbird or whatever you want to call it.
Shelley said if that one lands in the yard, she's coming to our house to the barn. Yeah, because you live down there where pterodactyl was.
Yep. So we all talked about CERN being shut down, but it's not really being shut down. It's going to be in a deep sleep.
Well, I heard they shut it down because they let whatever they wanted in is already in. So they just shut it down. That's what I've been hearing on a couple different podcasts.
Right.
That their mission is done and CERN is shutting down. So what in the world did they bring in? Is it all these new weird cryptids? Who knows?
But supposedly in the back channels is that it's not shut down. It's just in a sleep mode. So they can upgrade it and do more stuff to it to make it even more. It's supposed to be like 20 to 30 times more powerful than it is now when they turn it back on. And they're planning on turning it back on.
Oh my gosh.
So this is supposedly a
Wow.
picture of a blue sunset on Mars. So the sun is, because of their atmosphere, is blue, where ours is a golden yellow. Theirs is blue on Mars.
Looks like the California desert.
It does look like the
So
color.
how do we know that's Mars? How do we not know that's not California desert? We
Well,
don't.
somebody in California takes a picture of the sun that's blue.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Where's baby CERN?
So people probably know about Hedy Lamarr being a Hollywood actress back during World War II, back in those days. And believe it or not, and a lot of people talk about these women that, you know, were treated different, didn't necessarily have rights, weren't treated the way males were, whatever. But she was not only beautiful, but intelligent. She co-invented frequency hopping spread spectrum technology during World War II to guide Allied torpedoes. So it's basically like a radar, like a beam. She was part of the brains that developed and patented it, but the government wouldn't let her put her name on it. They took the patent as their own. She never received $1 of the technology that became the foundation for Wi-Fi, GPS, and Bluetooth.
Oh.
So there you go, Hedy Lamarr. And another one is Marilyn Monroe had an intelligence, a quotient to almost as Einstein. Hedy Lamarr is another one. There's many, many actresses and people that were in Hollywood that we only knew them as the figures or the personalities they played on screen, but behind the scenes, they were very intelligent, very smart people that could have been easily in Einstein's range or developing stuff like Hedy did during World War II. This was in the news a while back. A raccoon broke into a Virginia liquor store on Black Friday, smashed $250 in spirits, locked himself in the bathroom, and passed out drunk. So he crashed through the ceiling of this liquor store, just like a bandit, like this little mask. Broke bottles, got drunk, locked himself in the bathroom so they couldn't get him, I guess, or accidentally, however it happened. Locked himself in the bathroom so they couldn't get it. He passed out drunk. So that's how they found him.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
I don't know what happened there.
Oh my
6 million
God.
flies went by. All right.
Wow. That's hilarious.
So here during World War II, a Tour de France champion, Gino Bartali, became an unlikely hero. Nazi soldiers admired him so much that they waved at him through checkpoints and often asked for his autograph, never once searching his bicycle. Concealed in his frame was forged identity papers for Jewish families. Bartali logged hundreds of miles each day, pretending to train for the Tour de France, while secretly delivering documents that saved over 800 people, and he took the secret to his grave.
Wow.
So he was always, even before the war, he was always bicycling the country roads, the hills to become a Tour de France champion. And the Germans, obviously, you know, big in Tour de France. France is obviously big into it. So all those countries over there knew of this guy being a world champion. So they didn't even hesitate to think that he wasn't training, wasn't doing his thing. And he was training, but at the same time, he was secretly helping out the Jewish families escape and become free during wartime.
Welcome in, Trey. Trey is no longer Dojo. He got rid of his Dojo.
Oh, Trey's no longer
Trey
Dojo.
is officially Trey. Welcome in, Trey. Of course, we're talking about weird stuff. Oh,
So here's a paradise tree snake.
Oh my God,
has
he's
no
cute.
wings or legs, yet launches into the air, flattens their ribs, and glides 300 feet to steer with their tails.
I have never heard of such a thing. He's cute.
So we have flying squirrels. We have all
Flying.
flying monkeys. There's monkeys that can spread the skin underneath their arms to their body and fly and glide. Well, there's snakes that can do the same thing. And these guys happen to be venomous.
Wow.
So if you go over in the Amazon or any of those other countries in the Congo or other areas, watch out for paradise tree snakes because they can fly in and get you.
And Robin and Shelley are talking. You have brought up that most universities have a CERN.
They do.
Yep.
Every
So,
major university and even smaller colleges have a small particle accelerator that they experiment. Most colleges have a small one. It's a little bigger than those colleges, but then you have there's 3 or 4 other places that are just as big as CERN. And the UK is speaking about making one that's like countrywide. It goes around to Italy, Germany, all across the whole UK and Europe is going to have one big particle accelerator.
we're all going to be toast.
But yeah, you'd be surprised how many universities in the United States actually have some form of particle accelerator on their campus or underneath.
Yeah, I think they want us to focus on the main CERN. Ew.
So I'm gonna find a picture and I'm gonna bring it up, and it's on one of our old maps where a baby bird is drinking what looks like blood. Baby flamingos are born gray, then turn pink. Their parents feed them a red crop milk produced deep inside their throats.
Whoa.
So it looks like they're drinking blood. And let me see if I can find that other. I should have found it before
Wow.
now, and I didn't.
And yes, I said toast. If they keep doing CERNs, we're all going to be toast. But it does sound, piece of toast does sound good.
All right, let's see if I can go back to our.
See, I didn't know that about baby flamingos.
I didn't either.
Wow.
But I just put 2 and 2 together when I saw that and read the story about we were showing all these old maps.
That's cool.
See if I can find the right map.
Gold snake. Yeah, they are pink because of their diet. So interesting.
All right, you keep talking, everybody, while I'm looking for maps.
Weird is normal. Yeah, I think we have to be weird to be normal, I guess, with the way the world's going here lately. We gotta be weird. Think out of the box. Yeah, clown world. Welcome to clown world.
Clown world. Oh, no.
I admit, conspiracy people, yes, we've got to be weird. Or I read the normal ones. We're just waking up.
We should be waking up.
Start to use our common sense.
I don't know if I'm going to find it fast enough. I might have to bring it up next week if I can't find it right away. But anyway, we showed that old map. It had it was the Hereford Monday map, I'm pretty sure. And it had one place on it where it had like a giant bird and a baby bird, and it looked like it was drinking blood.
Yeah, I do remember that. Okay.
Let me see if
And we were all kind of wondering why. That makes more sense now.
Yeah. So it's actually, we were talking about some of this stuff was actually real life. Was it made up? Was it real? All right, let me go through these real quick and see if I can find
Yeah, I know you got it somewhere.
all right, so it's not exactly the same, but it's what I thought of as soon as I saw this flamingo slide. So
Yeah.
there's the pelican or the stork or whatever. And they have red beaks because they're drinking, and this looks like this bird's getting it from inside, but it's set inside the throat. And it
Mm,
feeds the baby bird. So that's why they would be
right.
red beaks. So that this rang a bell, and I put two to two together after seeing that flamingo slide. That this old map from the 1500s had this bird feeding, I thought was blood, but this red stuff to their babies, and that's why they had red beaks on this map.
You don't think those are flamingos, do you?
Might be. It could be a flamingo.
know.
I don't
I
know
know.
what the bird is.
Yeah, because I know we were all kind of going, ew, what are they feeding the babies? Now it does make more sense with the pink flamingos. That's interesting.
So that's a chalk it up that we found something that actually corresponds to something we talked about. And saw on a map that we thought, okay, why would they put this stuff on the map if it's not real? Why would they make up stuff like the dog man, blimmies, all this stuff? And then all of a sudden you see this bird, it looks like it's feeding this baby's blood or whatever. Now we know that storks actually feed a substance that looks like blood to their babies.
Wow.
So there you go.
Weird.
All right. Let's go back to the weirdo stuff.
Woo.
So anyway, when I saw this last week or whenever I found this, it obviously it made me think of that old map. So we talked about robots that were Saudi Arabia gave a robot woman an honorary, became a citizen.
What?
A long time ago. This has been years ago. Saudi Arabia actually officially made a AI or a robot that became a citizen of their country.
What is
Now
wrong?
we have a robot named Gabby becomes the South Korea's first honorary Buddhist monk.
What is wrong with these people?
So this robot is programmed in their religion, Buddhism, and it's actually a practicing monk inside their temple. So there you go. We always talk about how AI and robots are getting more sophisticated. Now we got another intelligent robot that practices their religion and knows all the text. She can quote every single text from Buddhism, the scriptures, to practices, to what they believe, and goes through all the rituals and the ceremonies just like the Buddhist monks do. And it is an honorary Buddhist monk.
I still say if these are the things that they've revealed to us, the actual robots that they have are like 50 years higher tech that they're not showing us yet that probably look like actual humans. And I still say Elon Musk and a few other people are not clones or a mask on. Are they robots?
So there you go.
Like,
I
because
don't.
he even acts like one. So, I mean, they're showing us this kind of thing. And then that woman that was years ago, they brought that woman out that actually did facial expressions and everything.
Right.
If they're showing us that, then they've got things that look actually human.
I have not seen anything about that woman that did a town hall where she answered all the scientists, all the mathematicians, all the smart people's questions publicly.
Trace, and imagine when the robot monk gets a virus and kung fu's the crap out of everybody in the monastery. That'd be about right.
So we always talk about uh, people with special abilities as children or adults, even if they have serious accidents or surgeries or whatever. Sometimes autistic people, like the one guy, can tell you every day that he was alive, what day it was, what the temperature and what the weather was like, or what was going on every single day of his life that he was born. So here's Terry Amos was a child prodigy who could reproduce pieces of music on a piano after hearing them only once.
Oh my gosh.
At age 3, she was composing her own songs. She had described seeing music as structures of light. Since early childhood, a sensory experience consistent with chromathesia, a form of synthesia in which sounds triggers color perception. So when she plays music or learns music, she sees it in her head as light. So she
Mm.
can, by the different colors and tones, she can reproduce music or make new music. And so there's all kinds of people, and we talked about, people seeing colors with sounds or different things. So this girl actually, that's how she perceived sounds and music. So could you imagine, just like this picture shows, the beautiful colors or rainbows as she's producing or playing music, what she would see?
Mm-hmm. The frequencies are making color.
Yep.
Wow. That makes you wonder about some of these real young kids that are highly gifted like this. Wow.
So here we've always talked about this, me and you specifically together, about say blue jays. What is the difference between a male and female blue jay? Just looking at them at a glance, you can't tell them apart. Sometimes one might be a little smaller than the other, but this says birds can see ultraviolet light, a spectrum invisible to the human eye. Many species have feathers with UV reflection patterns that only becomes visible to them.
Whoa.
This explains why some male and female birds appear identical to us, but are strikingly different to each other's eyes and to other birds. So we might see them, like we said, a blue jay might be blue, white, and black, but to another bird or to another species of birds or anybody that can see ultraviolet light spectrum farther than the human eye might see them as iridescent pink, purple, vivid neon blue, and they would have a difference between male and female in these colors. But our human eye cannot perceive that.
Yeah, because most birds you can tell male and female, but for some reason the blue jays all look the same. Yeah, I've always wondered the difference, but that makes sense that they actually see different.
Yeah.
Huh.
So it makes me wonder, how do they see us? Do we
Right.
look just normal, or do we have, I mean, we all have auras. We all emit light. I've seen many pictures, and we've talked about it before on our show, where our fingernails, our hair, our body emits luminescence light. So do the birds see us with a glow, light emitting from us? Is that how they tell us apart? I don't know. Interesting.
And Trey says males are brighter and more vibrant, at least down in Louisiana.
Well, a lot of our birds are the same way, where
Mhm.
the males are the most
Prettier.
colorful and prettier to attract their mates, and
And females got a blend and they're kind of like camouflage and they're not as pretty.
yeah. But now, if you look at them under an ultraviolet light or a different uh, spectrum, maybe the females are actually more colorful and pretty.
Maybe.
We don't know. Well, that was the last weird one. Let's see. I think that's about all I had, unless we go back and
Hey,
look at.
Ryan.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, I know scorpions glow with the UV light. Yeah.
So do spiders. Certain spiders glow. I saw something else the other day that you can use a UV light to find besides scorpions. Try to think of what it was. Ah, I can't think of it. Scorpions, spiders, and there's something else that glows.
Yeah, I've got this little UV light that you got. And I have to go out. Well, the spiders are just now showing up. I need to go outside and then see what glows in our backyard.
So we've always talked about the difference. What's the difference in dragons when we see them in the manuscripts or the old maps? Some of them have 4 legs, 2 legs,
No legs.
no wings, no legs. Well, if you actually look it up in the old dictionaries and manuscripts that explain these things, oh, there's a little spider hanging down in front of me.
Ew.
He's all right. He's not hurting anybody. So a worm is the dragon or type of dragon that doesn't have any legs, doesn't have any wings. So naturally, it'd be just like an earthworm. It would go into a hole or slither like a snake on top or in water. A wyvern has 2 legs, a normal tail with a spike. It has a spike like a scorpion, like a venomous spike, and it has wings, but they're claws. Their claws or their hands are on the tips of their wings.
Oh.
So that's a wyvern. A dragon has 4 legs, a normal tail, not necessarily, she doesn't necessarily have a spike at the end, also can breathe fire, but has 2 wings separate from its legs. Then you can go into the lindworm, the amphitrite, the drake. They all have different specifications. So like the amplifier compared to the worm or the wyvern has the wings but no legs, but has a tail.
I agree, Ryan. They were dinosaurs. Our dinosaurs are definitely dragons.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as dinosaurs.
So
why are they covering up dragons?
So here, if you go, you got the worm types. You got the wyrum that has no wings or legs, and you got the lindworm that has legs. Then you got the lung dragon that has 4 legs, and you get the drake that has 4 legs and starts to look more like a dragon. Then you have a dragon that has the 2 wings, 4 legs. Then you get the wyvern who has the 2 legs, but the wings are attached to its front legs. So there's actually a rhyme and reason. But a lot of times these movies or shows, just like Throne of Dragons, they weren't actually showing a dragon. Their dragons only had 2 legs.
So they weren't showing dragons, yeah.
They weren't showing dragons.
Right. Dragon.
So when we see these, a lot of these dragons, what we call dragons, we've questioned it on these old maps and manuscripts that we show. It's like, well, this one had 4 legs, this one only had 2, this one didn't have any legs, and we're trying to figure out what the difference. And I found this little chart.
I'm glad you did. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, because Trey was trying to say this a couple weeks ago when we were on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yes,
we were talking about
we
that.
brought it up many times, and people in chat talk about it. And I just say dragons because that's what it looks. Because I didn't really know the difference between all of them. But now I found this chart that kind of explains it when they have wings, don't have wings, 2 legs.
That's cool.
No legs. So there is a rhyme and reason and an order to all this stuff. So like I said, a lot of these shows, if you start watching these movies and shows, you'll be able to tell that, like, why would not you put a actual dragon in the House of Dragons?
Right. Because they don't know the truth.
I don't know.
Robin, you still here? Shelly wants to know. Robin to the office. Robin to the office. Dragon Slayer. Yeah, Dragon Slayer.
I'm trying to read what Ryan and Trey and all of them are saying, Shelly.
Yeah, Robin. Yes, Robin's still here. There you go, Shelly.
Maybe she was out hunting scorpions.
Yeah, she's out hunting scorpions. Wonder if this is even still charged.
Well, we can just
Ooh.
See if your face will glow like mine did.
No.
It's gotta be darker.
Oh, that looks cool. Where'd you get this teeny tiny little UV light?
I don't know.
We got this itty bitty little thing.
Probably online at TikTok or somewhere.
And then we got the bigger one upstairs.
The bigger one I tried to use, and it about burnt my face off. It was hot.
The Bigfoot's my favorite. So we've got a regular light, we've got a laser light, and we got UV.
Show them. Turn the light off and show them the Bigfoot up front. Show them closer.
Where'd you get this thing? Oh, it even says Midwest Night Watchers on it. So where'd you get this thing?
I ordered it special from Olight and put our show's initials and a portrait of Bigfoot on it. So they laser engraved it.
Yeah, because I like this. It clips on the shirt, and you gotta, if anything does come up, you got a laser light, zap them, UV light, and a regular light. So that's actually my favorite flashlight. All right, you can take me down. Thank you. It's a light show. Well, yeah, speaking of light shows, I guess I'll do it now.
What? Oh.
I'm officially losing this computer, guys. We actually got it for free from our son and daughter-in-law. Well, we're swapping computers, and in front of Garrow, there's a gaming computer that I will be using eventually, and then this little Apple Mac is going back to my son, so I won't be able to do this stuff anymore. Because only Apple does it. So I might as well take advantage, and before you come over here and try to swap things over, we got to see if OBS.
I thought you were doing it.
No.
Why am I swapping out your computer?
I don't know anything about that. We got to get OBS on there and make sure the 24/7 is back up and everything on this new computer. But yeah, we're losing the little Apple Mini Mac, and I can't do the special effects anymore.
So technically, nothing will change except you won't be able to do fireworks and stuff.
Right. It just won't be an Apple computer, and I can't do the laser light and stuff like that.
you won't be able to do your lasers and fireworks, but you will be able to share pictures better from the Windows platform instead of the Apple platform. And your
Right.
computer will have more memory and hard drive space for you to do more stuff
So we
on the
just need to
computer than that little mini Apple.
swap, get OBS on it and get the system all back up and running. And so the 24/7 might be down for a day or two. We'll probably do it next week, like after our Sunday show. So if our 24/7's down, that's probably why we're swapping computers and doing technical work.
Yeah, Robin's talking about the Sistine Chapel. That's I love that picture of the Sistine
Mhm.
Chapel. And you can go, like we said, you can actually go there and take a live tour of the chapel, or you can go online and look at a 3D image of it, and you can go in there and move your mouse around and see all the stuff, and look at the back wall and look at the Sasquatch or Bigfoot or whatever that thing is in that little cave.
That was a nice find. Thanks
Maybe it
to
was Esau. Maybe that was Esau.
don't know.
I don't know.
But that was a good find. And I give Jay Dreamers credit on that one because he's the one that was showing it, and we've been showing it ever since.
Another one that possibly could be a wild man is John the Baptist living out in the wilderness eating honey and insects.
Mm.
He technically could have, he said he wore it says he wears animal skins as clothes, but maybe he was a wild man just like Esau too. Maybe he had fur all over his body.
Wow.
So we have Esau and John the Baptist that possibly could be predecessor or possibly Bigfoot, Sasquatch, maybe just a wild man.
And what we were discussing earlier, Jacob and Esau was based on Jacob stealing the inheritance because Esau was born first. So he tricked his father into saying that he was him. So what would happen if Esau, if he was a Sasquatch, they actually won the inheritance, and Jacob never tricked him.
Right.
So would we be in a totally different world right now? Was Bigfoot actually supposed to have got the inheritance? I mean, that story means a lot, and it did change an awful lot of things.
So that's why Esau was attracted to the other tribes' women, because they were a wild tribe. They weren't as sophisticated, so they were probably part wild, or maybe wild women or wild men in that tribe, just like Esau was. So that could have that tribe that Esau's wives came from probably was possibly wild men, wild women, Sasquatch, a whole tribe of them, a whole community of them. I hear a wild thing behind you.
Oh, yeah. I just got a wet nose in my arm. It's alive.
Well, I really don't have anything else ready or presented. So unless you wanted to sit here and talk with Chap, or she needs to go out.
Yeah, I guess the dog is telling me, like, okay, you guys are done. I got to go upstairs and go potty. Oh, bless you. Now you're going to start barking, aren't you? Don't start barking.
All right, everybody. I guess we'll just end it here. It's 12:30 on our side.
Bless you.
We'll see you Sunday for Carl Sup.
Yep.
And that'll be at 7 p.m. Central Sunday night. And we'll talk about all kinds of weird stuff like this, or whatever Carl comes up with. I'm sure he has a lot of experiences and neat history stuff he can talk about.
So on that note,
we'll let you guys go, and we'll see you next time. So thank you all for showing up and hanging out. It was fun tonight, as always.
Yep.
And
went by too fast. So yeah, we'll see you guys Sunday, and once again next Friday.
All right. Love and peace, everybody. Love you.
No, I'll do a heart before I lose my computer. Come on, come on, come on.
See, it's not working. You broke it already.
I broke it already. Uh-oh. Come on.
Hi, Coley.
Coley. Hi, Coley. I'm trying to make hearts here. It's not working.
All right.
Oh.
I guess maybe next week, if we don't hook the computer up, you'll be able to do it. Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone. It's not working. There it is.
There you go.
Boom.
Now you can do your hearts.
All
baby.
right. I didn't want to do my hearts. Doesn't want to do the hearts. Come on. There.
Ooh. All right. Everybody, we love you. Thank you for coming. Keep looking up.
Keep your vibrations high. Much love, everybody.
See you with Carl on Sunday.
Yep.